Greetings, friends, on the auspicious occasion of Mahakavi Kalidasa Dina. Kalidasa, the celebrated poet and playwright, has not given any personal information about himself. So we neither celebrate Kalidasa Jayanti or Kalidasa Punyatiti, the day when he left above. But we have got a unique concept called as Kalidasa Dina, where we pay honor to this Kavikula Guru, the Kavi Samrat, the Kavi Chakravarti, who has won the hearts of people by his beautiful compositions. 7 compositions are credited to this Mahakavi, and I am going to speak today something, a snippet from his Khandakavya Meghadutam, where there is a mention of the first day of Ashad as Ashadasya Prathama Divasi Meghama Slishtasanam. So, keeping that in mind, the worldwide, the lovers, the fans of Kavikulukar Kalidasa decided that we will have the first day of Ashada, the Hindu month of Ashada, just before the rainy month of Shravana, as Kalidasa Dina. I am going to focus mainly on a few verses from the Meghadutam, share my thoughts with you all. The Meghadutam revolves around the story of a Megha who was punished by his master Yaksha, Kubera. The lord of Yakshas is Kubera. He is the Nidhipati, the Dhanada, the lord of all treasures. The wealth stays in the north. His city is the beautiful city of Alaka. Near Alaka is Kailasa, and in Kailasa, Adi Yogi, Lord Shiva, is in meditation, is dhyana, restraining the senses, and you will find in Alaka city the Yakshas and the Yakshinis, they are known as romantic pairs. It's a beautiful idea of Kalidasa. On one side, in Alaka city, you find all Kamukas or Kamaturas, romantic, sensuous pairs. Just outside is Kamari, Lord Shiva, the one who has mastered to control his senses, control his wavering mind. Our Yaksharaja Kubera is a worshipper of Maheshwara Mahadeva Shambhu Shiva. And every day while worshipping, he offers lotuses. Lotuses, they bloom in the morning. The sun is called as Kamalakara. With the sun, the lotus bud starts to open itself. So he has given this duty to a certain Yaksha, his attendant. And this attendant is the newly married. He has to get up at Brahma Muhurta early morning around 4 o'clock, pluck the ready flowers which are going to just open. It is sown by just small opening. So that when he plucks and by the time it is 5 o'clock, they open it slowly, they start blooming and blossoming. So he's newly married, and so what does he do? He makes a plan. Like if you have purchased, practically if you have seen the hibiscus flowers, okay, you will find the pollen grains coming out slowly, and slowly the flower starts opening up. And if you go and purchase some buds the previous evening itself, you can take the buds, and if you keep it at home, put some water on it, it starts blossoming the same way. Even lotuses do the same way. So keeping this in mind, our Yaksha, okay, the newly married Yaksha, he plucks the flowers and He keeps it ready for Kubera to worship in the morning. Kubera takes the flowers and is about to offer. From one of the flowers, as it blooms, a bee comes out, issues out from it, and it stings Kubera. Kubera realizes that these are yesterday night's flowers. They have been plucked the previous night. They are not fresh. And in anger, he punishes the Yaksha, and he tells him that he has to forego all his siddhis, all his mystical powers, and is banned from Alaka Nagari for a period of 1 year. If he has that mystical powers, if he has got that siddhis, the Yaksha, like the genie which you see, he will assume a different form, and he will be there with his wife, spend the time with his wife, away from escaping his punishment. Our Yaksha chooses Ramagiri, Ramateka Parvata in Maharashtra. There he spends his period of punishment. He is there, nearly some 7-8 months have elapsed. And as the summer month of Ashada, the second Jyeshta and Ashada are summer in Hindu calendar. On the first day of Ashada, he sees a large, huge, big, dark, black cloud. The cloud resembles like an elephant. So I'll start with the Meghadutam. Kaschit kanta viraha guruna swadhikarat pramattah shape nastangamita mahima varshabhogena bhartuhu yakshashchakre janakatanaya punyasnano snanapunyodakeshu snigdhachaya tarushu vasati Ramagiryashrameshu. Our Ramagiri is a tekadi. It is not a Parvata also, not a Mahaparvata like the Himalaya, but it has got sanctity. It has also become divine because, like the Himalayas, where Ganga descends on the head of Shambhu, and what we find is the Abhisheka Jala, the Ganga, the Tripada Ganga, which we find is the Abhisheka Jala on the Mastaka of Shiva. Correct? Now on Ramagiri also, the waters which are flowing there from the streams, they also get divinity because of their contact with Sita, Ramapriya Sita, Ramapatni Sita, the daughter of Janaka, Janakanandini Janaki. Since Mata Sita has taken bath in the streams, in the springs on Ramagiri, her Abhisheka Jala, the contact with her, has given it the divinity of a Punya Tirtha. And look at Mahakavi's greatness. A small hillock like Ramagiri is now elevated to a higher level because during the period of exile, Sita, Rama and Lakshmana spent some time here. So our Yaksha chooses this Ramagiri Parvata to spend some time. Again, Rama was also separated from Mata Sita for a brief period of around a year, nearing a year. And Sita Mata was taken by Ravana, who is the brother of Yaksharaja Kubera, the half brother of Yaksharaja Kubera. Kavi, Kavikula Guru tries to bring a sort of similarity between both the characters. He tries to elevate a small hillock which has got the contact, the Saubhagya of Rama Pada Padachinha. Throughout the mountain there will be the Padachinha imprinted on it. It has got the Saubhagya, and he elevates it to Kailasa Parvata Raja, which has got the footprints of Mahadeva and Mata Parvati, Uma Haimavati imprinted on it. They go for a walking, and later on in Uttaravega he mentions about this. How is the place where he settles? It is Snigdhachaya Tarushu Vasati. He makes small ashrameshu is mentioned here, plural. He dwells under the shady trees. Hot summer on hilltop and shady trees. They are snigdha, filled with moisture. They are cool, soothing to this yaksha who is afflicted by virahatapa, away from his priya. And he keeps on changing his dwelling place. Why? Because he does not find any place comfortable, for his mind is lost there at Alakanagari with his Priya Bhamini, with his Kanta darling. He is away from his darling wife. And so he does not find peace, he does not find happiness staying in one place. So he keeps on changing location. Sometimes when we are alone at home, okay, we keep on changing our bed. We try to sleep like this, we try to sleep like that. We arrange our furniture. In the same way, the yaksha also changes his nivasasthana now and then. And one day, standing on the top of that hillock, looking here and there, where will he look? He'll be looking here and there, and his gaze is fixed to the north to look at Kailasa and especially the Himalayas, especially to Alakanagari, where his beloved wife is there. Tasmin nadrau katichidabala viprayuktasya kami नीत्वा मासान कनकवलय भ्रंशरिक्त प्रकोष्ठः आषाढ़स्य प्रथम दिवसे मेघमाश्लिष्टसानु वप्रक्रीडा परिणत गज प्रेक्षणीयं ददर्श. Just looking here and there, and on the first day of Ashadha, after the Amavasya, the first day of the bright fortnight, it looks at a dark cloud. How is he? He is totally emaciated. He has become thin. He is not that muscular. Yakshas are never that muscular type. They are romantic type. And this Hrishtapushta Yaksha, away from his wife, how is he depicted? Whatever armlet he was wearing here, Bahubandha, it has come down and become his bracelet, Kankana. It has slipped from here because he is pining for the company to see his wife. And in that case, he does not eat properly, he does not sleep properly, always thinking of her. Like Rama says, Ha Siti, Siteti Madhuram Vani. Similarly, our Yaksha is pining for his beloved. And since he is pining, he misses her. He is shown. And perhaps this is a unique creation of Mahakavi Kalidasa in contrast to the feminine characters, where you find Ekaveni Dhara Yuvati, where you find female characters who are away from their husbands, who have gone away on a journey or on a war, pining for their company, you'll find the new wives not decorating themselves. Further in Yaksha, in Meghaduta also in Uttara Megha, you will find the Yakshapatni. But this is the case where to show that separation, the pangs of separation, does not belong to the female gender. They are universal. Man too feels the pain. He longs the comfort of his benefit, the gaze, the comfortable gaze of his wife. So on this day of Ashada, he sees a huge rain cloud. Just imagine the rain cloud produced at the Indian Ocean, Kerala Madhu moving through Kerala, reaching through the coastal area, coming towards Maharashtra, sprinkling water everywhere, just like a huge jar, a water jar of the divine gardener God. Okay, having a jari, water can filled with water, sprinkling rainwater on the way, giving life. So everywhere it is wet, and the dark, majestic, huge, robust, strong, handsome, black cloud comes. It's not the large, big, white cloud compared to Airavata, but the dark, elephant-like cloud. Why elephant? Kerala is famous for its large, huge elephants, right? And elephants are associated. My guru, Dr. Gauri Molikar, used to say that they are very much closely associated with water. The trunk and the mouth, water, saliva drips, and in case of emergency, they put the trunk inside their mouth, and from the stomach they can bring out water. They have got that capacity, and they can give a spray on people. So our cloud is like a huge, large elephant, like holding water with him. And second thing, Gajadarshana, according to Shakuna Shastra, to watch Gaja is Shubha Darshan. So Shubha Suchakam, Gaja Darshanam. So I'll be skipping lines, I'll be moving around, I'll be quoting some few lines. And when he sees that cloud, what does he say? Tasya stitva kadamabipura kautuka dhana hetu antarbhashpa chiramanucharu rajarajasya dattu. He sees that cloud, he becomes restless, he cannot stand straight. है ना, गंभीरपना, एक गंभीरपन जो होता है हमारे अंदर, आज पुरुषों में जैसे गांभीर्य से जो चलने की शैली है, वो गांभीर्य सब छूट जाता है. याद करो अर्जुन को, जस्ट रिमेंबर अर्जुन बिफोर द महाभारत वॉर, his Gandiva slipped. Now our Yaksha has lost all his courage. Somehow mustering all the courage, the tiny packet of courage which he has got. He stands, he holds himself, rises and looks at the cloud. How is the cloud? Let me go back to the previous. Vaprakrida Parinata Gaja. It is like the Gaja, the trained elephants, okay, they have got this butting exercise. Bulls, sand. Okay, and elephant bull, a male elephant, they have got this habit of butting their temples on large trees or rocks. They keep on striking it, and if a large elephant is there with the king, it butts on the large doors which close the fort, open it, to break it open. And so they have got a special merchandise there to hit it. So he holds this Yaksha. How does he hold with him? Antarbashpa. He's about to cry, but he does not cry. He holds all the tears within himself emotionally, and if you look at his eyes, They are laden with tears, and tears may come out any time emotionally. Tears is a way of letting your emotions. It is to make you peaceful. So there is no harm, no wrong in crying. Sometimes men also cry and let out their emotions. The same is with the cloud. The cloud is, how is the cloud? Antarbashpa, holding the vapor within him. That water vapor is now converted into raindrops. सप्रत्याग्रैः कुटजकुसुमैः कल्पिता अर्घ्यतस्य प्रीतप्रीतिमुखवचनं स्वागतं व्याजहार. This cloud beholds the dark rain cloud is beheld by the Yaksha, and he comes and stands on the Parvata Shikhara with hands full of Kutaja Pushpa which has gathered, and he offers it to the cloud, speaking sweet words. Pritaha Priti Pramukha Vachanaihi. He is doing two things. He is having a smiling face. No, you cannot approach someone with a long face, crying off all your problems. Even in your pain, you give a smile. People will understand that you got problems within, they will talk to you. Speak sweetly. Speak sweetly. Offer, if somebody is coming to you, give them the due respect. Our Yaksha shows Indian customary mannerism. Holding a handful of pushpa, he offers it to him as arghya, swagatarghya, and he welcomes him with a smiling face. At the onset of monsoon, in summer, jasmine, kutaja, and other non-fragrant, fragrant trees are full of flowers, and with a gust of wind, strong wind, and a rainy cloud, the movement of the rain clouds, the trees, the creepers, they shed their flowers. It is as if welcoming the rains, the clouds, by offering handful of flowers. And look at the contrast. White flowers, the dark cloud. Beautiful. क्या color combination है ना? Who is this cloud? He knows. Let us say the composition. Does it tally to the modern scientific mind? Dhuma Jyoti Salila Marutan Sannipata Kwamegah Sandeshartam Kwapatukarani Rani Viprapaniya. Cloud, Mahakavi Kalidasa records and says it. He knows that it is composed of Dhuma, smoke, Jyotihi, fire, Salila, water, Maruta, wind. These four come together and make a cloud. It does not have Chaitanya in it. It is not alive like you and me. It is not animate. It is, yes, it is inanimate. It is non-living. But when a man is in trouble, what is animate and what is inanimate, he starts speaking. And you can every line of Mahakavi Kalidasa, you can relate with the modern day. Whenever you are under stress, speak out to someone. Speak out to your dear friend. It can be your own doll. It can be your own imaginary friend at home. Just speak out. People, it is not for people to judge us. People may think that we are insane, mad. It's all right, but you have to speak out. You have to let your emotions out. When you let out your emotions out, there is no state of depression. Human psychology explained in simple words by Mahakavi. And he says, Sandeshartha Kvapatukaranai Prani Prapaniya. The cloud is the best messenger. What type of message ordinarily the cloud can give? The cloud gives the message of life. It sets the economic cycle in India, which is a Krishi Pradhana Desha, into motion. As a school student, I used to read that the Indian budget is a gamble against monsoon. If you have got good rains, our economy will be, our GDP will be good. So our cloud is a messenger, messenger of life. It rains and life thrives in many forms. Rain is the chief source of water, and water is life. Apa punatu prithvi, prithvi puta punatu mam, punantu brahmanaspati. Correct? So with this I stop. I will be proceeding further. Meghadutam number 2 will be there. Until then, a big thank you from Go Bhavashri, that is Dr. Sridhar Vasudevan Iyer. Dhanyavada. Namo. Punarmilama.